Hey everybody, it's Dr. Ritchie here. I know you can't see me well, it's okay. I want you to pay more attention to this today. I'm going to talk to you about inflammation. Now look, I know that my videos are typically more than the 2 minutes that the typical human can pay attention to, but please, 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 this is so important. This will help you get better with your care in the office. Hang out with me. I won't make it too long. I promise you. Okay, stay with me. We have to talk about this. Inflammation. I'm going to tell you about what inflammation is, why it happens, and why it's keeping you from achieving the health goals that you want to achieve. If you're coming into the office and you're going through care and you're not recovering quickly, so if I have somebody come in here and we're adjusting, we're doing other therapies, we're doing the laser, whatever it might be, and we're just not getting better, it's because, almost always, because there's some underlying inflammation happening in the body. So I'm going to tell you about what inflammation here is first. At the end here, I'm going to tell you what the three most common inflammatory foods are that you need to get control of. I'll get to that in just a minute. But here, let's take a look at this. So inflammation is part of your immune system. It's a good thing. It helps heal injury. It helps with infection. You need inflammation in your body. It's not all bad, but it needs to be under control. And a lot of times that's not the case. Let's say you have an injury or you have an infection that your body needs to use inflammation to help get under control. This is what it looks like. Body starts an inflammatory process, it peaks, and then on its own slowly comes back down. So we're looking at about 3 days of inflammation that naturally goes away on its own. Now, here's what happens for a lot of people is we get an inflammatory process that goes up and stays there and never comes back down. And that is a problem. So why does this happen? Well, it happens for one of a couple reasons. One is that our immune system is not functioning properly. We actually have dysfunction of the immune system or of the body that's preventing the inflammation from coming back down. And by the way, inflammation means pain. When there's inflammation, there is going to be pain associated with that. Now, another reason why this happens is because we are continually doing the habits or the things to our body that causes inflammation. It never has an opportunity to come back down. And a lot of people are hanging out in this spot here for years or decades, right? Like arthritis. Arthritis is an inflammatory disease. That's what arthritis looks like. You got to get the inflammation down. One of the most common things that people are doing that causes inflammation in their body is eating inflammatory foods. I'm going to get there in just a second. Now, if you have inflammation in the body, what does that mean? There's a couple different kinds of inflammation. There is systemic inflammation, which is all over the body. And so arthritis would be one of the things that shows up with that. Another thing that would show up with that is cardiovascular disease. Heart disease is an inflammatory disease. That's what it is. Okay, and we've known that for decades. It's not a cholesterol disease. We've talked about this before. It's an inflammation disease. If you have heart disease or heart issues or high blood pressure or high cholesterol, it's inflammation. You got to get the inflammation down. Okay, now another type of inflammation is inflammation that targets joints. Again, so this would be arthritis, joint pain, things like that. And these are caused by two different inflammatory pathways. So your body, when it wants to have inflammation, there's two inflammatory chemical pathways. One of them is this. This would be systemic inflammation, okay? Body inflammation, heart disease, so forth. The other is targeted inflammation that comes down like this. So I'll just put systemic and targeted. Systemic and targeted inflammation. So we have two different chemical pathways that are causing inflammation in your body. So what we need to do is to stop these. So no more habits. So over exercising, working out too much, okay, is one of the ways that we do this. There's lots of possibilities, guys. I'm not going to get into all of them, but again, most of the time it's going to be food. Let's look at the three main foods that cause inflammation in the body. Then I'm going to tell you how to get it under control. Okay, so the first one, a bunch of you already know these because I've probably said it to you many, many times. Here we go. The first one at the top of the list is everybody's favorite, sugar. So we're talking about white processed sugar, by far the most inflammatory food that you can put in your body. And guys, when I talk about food, you know, what people say to me is, oh, I don't eat much of that. Well, it doesn't matter if you eat much. If you eat any, it can cause an inflammatory process in your body that lasts weeks to months. It's not about just a little bit, okay? It's about eliminating this stuff. This stuff does not belong in a human body. Second, and lots of people are going to fight me on this one, look it up. Dairy is one of the most inflammatory foods that you can put into your body. When I say dairy, I don't mean eggs, I mean milk products. Cow's milk does not belong in a human body. So that is milk, that is ice cream, yogurt, cheese, whatever else is out there that's made from cow's milk, whatever I'm missing there. Very, very inflammatory. It's a mucus producer. It's loaded with estrogen, which we do not need more of in our body. And finally, the third is wheat. All the things that we love to eat, I know that. Okay, I didn't make the rules, but this is how it works. Wheat is extremely inflammatory. Gluten is extremely inflammatory. Now, I put wheat here specifically because of the way that wheat is processed in the United States. A lot of reasons it becomes a very toxic, very inflammatory food. So wheat means bread, pasta, right? Crackers, cakes, things like that. They all have wheat. So these are the things that are causing inflammatory processes. And when you eat this stuff, if you already have an injury, let's say you have a lower back injury or a knee injury, when there's inflammation in your body, it is going to target the areas that are already injured, which causes more pain in the places you already have pain, preventing you from getting better and getting out of pain. Guys, I promise, you eliminate this stuff for 10 days, you are going to notice a huge difference in the way that you feel. Okay, so how do we handle this stuff? First of all, we need to eliminate the foods, but second, we can do some supplementation as well to try to get this under control. So the first one here that targets the systemic inflammation is turmeric. Now, very, very quickly here, please don't go off to the big box store and get turmeric from the big box store. Just spend 3 minutes and do a Google search on these big box stores that keep getting busted for putting stuff into their supplements. First of all, that's not supposed to be there. And secondly, for not putting in the supplements, what's supposed to be there. All right, so if you buy a turmeric supplement, you should have a very high quality turmeric supplement. So that's why I carry the stuff that I have in my office. It's super high quality. You're not going to find better quality with better effectiveness. Turmeric Forte is what I have in the office. This will modulate the systemic inflammation. It doesn't get rid of it, it modulates, which means that it's going to help your body do what it's supposed to do. Healthy inflammation and decrease after a normal 3 days. On the targeted side of inflammation, we are looking at Boswellia. And I've probably mentioned this to you if you've been in the office. Boswellia complex is what I carry here. Boswellia is an herb, super safe herb that that helps to modulate targeted inflammation. So we're talking about joint pain. Okay, excellent for helping out with joint pain. And then finally, something that works with both of these, I'll put it over here, is omega-3. This is your fish oil. The omega-3 has to be high dose. This is going to be high dose at least 4 grams a day, 4 to 6 grams. That's 4,000 to 6,000 milligrams a day of omega-3 to help modulate both the systemic and targeted inflammation pathways that happen in your body. Now, guys, again, please don't take anything without asking me first. Sometimes these are not appropriate for you, so please ask me first. But this is the way we get inflammation under control, and we get your body kicking forward to heal and to get you feeling better and to get you functioning better as quickly as we can. If we are doing all of this stuff every single day out of control, it is a battle to try to get you better. I want you to get better. I want you to feel better. And I want you to have a great experience in the office. So this, I just can't stress enough how important this is. Please take your time, rewatch it, get this under control, and really take it to heart. Okay? I know this was a longer video, super important. Look, guys, if you've had a great experience in the office, I'm going to ask that you go to Google, leave us a 5-star review. Ritchie Chiropractic and Integrative Medicine. It's how we continue to thrive as an office. It's how we continue to help more and more people. Google is the #1 way that we do that. I thank you so much for your 5-star review. Please let your friends and family know about our office and our brand of natural health care that we provide here and the high quality of service that we provide here as well. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you at the office. Take care. Bye-bye.